Hello leaders, and welcome to the 300th episode of Run to Your Leadership Challenges. So this is the video version, so you get a little extra in the front, a little extra in the back, and of the actual podcast that you hear on the radio. But I just wanted to let you know that, this is pretty exciting that I am now recording my 300th episode. So today, I'm continuing on with the retention challenges, and I'm going to talk a little bit about benefits and the little things that really hold your people around for the long haul. So, as you hear today's version, this was going to be a different version, but I'm going to wait till probably the 350th, maybe, closer to my 1 year point. And I'm going to have a big giveaway on that day. So stay tuned for that. And that's a special shout out just for you people that are watching the video. So here we go. I'm going to hit the record button and we are going to be off. I didn't get it set up properly. All right, I think we're ready. Here we go. And if you're just watching the video for the first time, I kind of have an outline that I follow for the daily leadership podcast, but I don't read a script word for word, but I try to follow along with a detailed outline. So every once in a while I'll make a mistake or something that I'm not really happy with for the regular podcast. I'll go back and edit that out, but you see it on the video. So this is uncut, unedited. So here we go. I am getting ready to hit the record button. Hello leaders, and welcome to the 300th episode of Run to Your Leadership Challenges. Wow, time really flies. It seems like yesterday I was just starting this podcast and now I'm hitting 300. I hope you've enjoyed listening, and thank you for all the support that you've given me over this last nearly year. So this whole week, I've been talking about the different challenges of retention. And that is basically retaining your best people, the challenges that come along with that. And today I want to talk about the little things, not just the benefits, but the little things that keep people around. You know, many times we think we need to get all elaborate with special bells and whistles to keep our best team members on board. However, sometimes it's the little things that mean the most. Now, don't get me wrong. Your team members want the benefits and vacation days and all the big time bells and whistle benefits because that's a huge thing to keep them on board. And I think that's just common sense. However, we can make a huge impact by getting to know our team members and making them feel special by giving them little things specific to their needs and wants and, you know, their similarities. I mean, give them things that match them. Just the other day, I was talking to one of the guys in my mastermind group, Josh Jenkins, and he owns He owns a pressure washing business, all right? So he pressure washes houses and industrial buildings and cars and all this other kind of stuff. He does rust inhibitor stuff in the wintertime. So Josh was telling me how much, and he was telling me a lot about the little things that he does for his team members and how it has enabled him to keep his absolute best workers for the long haul. For instance, his hourly pay team members, that didn't sound right. For instance, his hourly pay team members love the fact that he keeps a snack bar area stocked with snacks and drinks. And these snacks and drinks are available for free of charge. Now, I know that may not mean a lot to some of you listeners, but think about some of his hourly team members. They're high schoolers, for crying out loud. They're 20 and under. So you can imagine just how much of a bonus that is for them. I mean, they love the fact that they can come in, snack out whatever they want, have drinks, and not cost them a dime. Man, they just love it. And they can't believe that Josh would do such a grand gesture just for them. Another thing Josh does is he gets to know his team members well enough so he knows their hobbies. Just recently, he purchased some hunting equipment for two of the guys who love hunting. Talk about making a huge impression on them. Another thing Josh does is he randomly surprises them with $25 movie cards or $25 gift cards to a local restaurant. And now these things are just a small sampling of what Josh was telling me he does. And that got me thinking about what special things my past leaders have done for me. Some of the smallest things have meant the most. A handwritten birthday card, for example, a Starbucks gift card, a half a day off on the afternoon of my anniversary, a small trinket of some kind just telling me that they appreciate my effort. Now you get the point, but I still have a lot of those little things that I've been given by my supervisors over the years. And a lot of them are stuffed in a box, but every once in a while when I'm doing some spring cleaning or cleaning things out, I run across these. And you know what? I just cannot throw them out, because every time I see one of these old things that I've gotten from an old supervisor, these little things, a handwritten note or something like that, it makes me think of them instantly, and all the good things all the good things they've done and how great they were to work for. So now, when I was in the Air Force, I didn't have a choice about moving a lot, all right? So retention's not really an issue in the Air Force. Well, it kind of is. You want to keep the people from getting out early. You want to keep your best team members. But I didn't really have a choice of moving from base to base. The Air Force basically told me when it was time to go. And I know if I did have a choice, I know what leaders I would want to work for. And those were the leaders who cared enough to know me and what I liked. And they rewarded me, and they just made sure they knew that I was appreciated. Now, one of the number one things why people leave jobs is because of a lousy leader. So what about you? Are your people staying because of your leadership, or are they hitting a road because of your leadership? Man, that's a question that only you can ask yourself and only you can answer. So, how about you? What can you do today to stand out to your people? What little thing can you give them that they'll hold on to for a very long time so they can remember you? What little thing will you give them that causes them to want to stay in your organization? Well, I think I'm going to stop right there. Hey, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Remember that we must be proactive to retain our very best people. As a reminder, please check out my YouTube channel, Current Leadership Coaching, where you can watch the uncut, unedited video version of this show, and you get a little extra value each day. As always, thanks for listening, and until tomorrow, run to your challenges. Man, that was a lot of flubs there. But, you have two choices. You can watch the video and get a little extra on the end, or you can watch the 2-minute version that's edited out all that junk on all the mistakes I made. But, I did make one reference that I want to kind of elaborate on a little bit more, because I'm not covering that this week. And the number one reason why people leave organizations is because of lousy leaders. And that's true. The old saying, I don't know if you've ever heard this, but it goes something like, people don't leave organizations, people leave people. So what about you? Like I kind of made reference to earlier, and that's probably not going to be in this podcast, but think about it. Are people leaving your organization because of you? Are people leaving your organization because of the lack of leadership in your organization? And it really floors me that a lot of organizations know this. They understand that their people are beaten feet because of the poor leadership, but yet these same organizations aren't willing to invest in their leaders. That's another reason why people bolt. So, it's a tough decision. It costs a lot of money to train your leaders. And a lot of times the internal training that you're getting, if you have bad leaders training your leaders, what are you going to get? That's a no-brainer. You're going to get more bad leaders. So I would very much recommend that you bring somebody in from the outside to work with your leaders. Hire an external coach to come in, because a lot of times if you have internal coaches, that's all fine and dandy, but guess who's writing their paycheck? The big boss, you, which may be you're writing their paycheck, and you're basically telling them and leading them to what you want them to teach their leaders. So I'm pretty tired and I'm starting to ramble, so I'm going to stop right there. But hey, have a great day, and until tomorrow, run to your challenges.